My mic is picking up, man. Shit. There we go.
Alright. Are we live? Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of NingenBros. This is episode 63. In the words of Aaron, I want to be free. I'm your host, Dilbert Taicho, a.k.a. Descendants of Spectacles, a.k.a. Nico Kaiba. Your other podcast is the third rate with fourth rate topics, a.k.a. Suge Naito. Don't make me hold you by your mask and drop you off the nearest balcony or tower in Shibuya, Tokyo, a.k.a. Susio Senpai, a.k.a. Alpha Sama, all things beginning and through your boy, a.k.a. Lord Toxic, the problematic king that say all the things that you're scared to say, a.k.a. King COVID, I beat this shit.
We will never be Venezuela.
In the words of Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. Your turn, my nigga.
I was like, wait a minute. What's good, everybody? It's your co-host with the most, young Flaminist Finbar, aka the epitome of a real man, never showing these games or these hoes any true commitment. But I'm trying to change my way. I'm trying to be more responsible, man. So might have to retire that aka in the future. AKA Nigga Maul, the Black Sugar Maul, AKA the Lazy Genius, AKA the Dolly Akma. Let me guide you on this blissful journey of anime and manga, and let your soul not get trapped into the temptation of the path of diva, AKA Krishna, the curly-haired god of fresh poodles, AKA Young Ugitake, aka Six Senpai, but I ain't coughing up blood, aka Omega Sama, all things in through me. Now, where you start, that's no whole nother question, whole nother person. You gonna have to talk to him about that. But when you reach your destination, just know your boy gonna be waiting there with open arms, aka Perv Gotti. Young Roshi, yes, ladies. When I'm on Instagram, I screenshot your picture. That nigga said that. That shit nigga said, let's learn about more each other's species. I was like, oh, this nigga, it's about to fuck a mermaid woman.
Mermaid. Oh, you saved me.
Fucking pervy ass nigga. I seen a post though. They was like, these two pervs, Roshi and Jiraiya, raised trained these two niggas. And I was like, oh, that means there's a reason for the perviness. The perviness to save the earth, nigga.
Yeah, the power of holiness is undefeated.
Right. Yeah, when I'm on Facebook, ladies, you know the little 3 dots in the corner, top right of your screen usually. Hit that, save image to phone. That's what I do with your pictures. Allegedly, but it ain't hurt nobody. Except for my meat. AKA. Oh, what's my other AKAs, man? I forgot. I even got my shit queued up.
I think that was
AKA Young Edward Newgate, also known as Whitebeard. Remember my children. The One Piece does truly exist. So let these parting words guide you on your journey to find the mythical, the magical treasure that is. Welcome back to the NingenBros, everybody. And with that said, let's.
Oh, you ain't played the thing.
No, I wasn't gonna play because I ain't got my shit queued up.
Oh, okay. All right. So you realize that your Topo might be Whitebeard cousin because they almost got the same kind of mustache. They both white, but Topo's a fluffier. And Whitebeard looks like a cookie I was eating by like
Topo is the Universe 11
Uncle Phil.
doppelganger. Not just Uncle Phil. he the Universe level Universe 11 twin of Dr. Eggman.
AKA Jerry the Mouse's grandfather.
Now he look like his uncle that came, the old nigga, like. He didn't ride handball. He's playing the guitar. That's who Topo is.
Okay, so what do you gotta talk about? All right, I got everything just a fucking surprise today, guys. So bear with us. Alright, so
Never be Venezuela. I don't know why I got this stuck in my head.
Let's talk about like the manga and shit from like last week. Let's talk about let's get the shot. Let's talk about My Hero first. You want to head off this discussion, my nigga?
Yeah, so the chapter starts off with Midoriya playing Marvin Room in his head.
Mm-hmm. Because when Shorty leaned over to ask him, can you kill Todoroki?
Not Todoroki, Shigaraki.
Shigaraki.
I'm about to say, that's a plot twist, nigga.
Yeah, Midoriya was thinking to Shigaraki grandmother, like, yo, what that mouth do? She a baddie.
What's that song? Shorty a little baddie. She a little cute, whatever that shit was.
Midoriya wanted Shigaraki grandmother be his throat baby.
That nigga said, I love you talk. I love the way you float. Let a young nigga get He took a power to float. Shit. Throw baby.
I'm trying to get it. See.
Oh yeah.
Throw baby. I'll try to float up with you.
That's it. I got Shigaraki grandmother in my head. Found her in the GIF category on Pornhub or XM. Excuse me.
Nah, the health category. Hero, I like to.
Health. Hey, that's nasty. They got clips stolen from Endeavor's OnlyFans where he playing with us. He got the mask on shit, but he ass naked.
Mad videos of Mount Lady just running. There's some creep niggas following her, like,
yeah, like I've been following Mount Lady for the past 15 years. He got like mad behind the scenes footage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you know they got videos of Suyu with that tongue looking.
Hey.
Niggas in the comment section getting they nasty creep shit off. Like, oh my god. Every time I see her say somebody on the news, I just imagine her saving me. What?
Right, then you got that one nigga like, yo, she looks so bored about doing this. She's not even using all her tongue. Yeah. Yo. Reading the porn comment be funny as shit, yo.
Some niggas be into it too much.
Or you kid with a nigga be like, yo, his dick too small for her, yo. She not even enjoying it. I'm just like, yo, why you care?
To be fair.
Not wrong.
Yeah, why you care, to be fair. Sometimes you be like, yo, this nigga trash. And here he putting in no work, like.
But then it's like, yo, who's more trash, him or her? Cause they both pretending, so it's like.
Yeah, but this nigga keep losing the job or some shit like that. You know the move they do, or they gotta take the thumb and kind of like force it in there because it's getting a little soft. I'm like, get this nigga off the screen. Get a nigga that's ready already. Pause, but damn. Anyway, My Hero Academia.
Anyway.
Niggas sound crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last chapter ended off with what is her name? Her last name is Tomorrow, right? Isn't she a Tomorrow?
I think so.
Oh, she a strong woman.
She don't got no last name.
She ain't give her kids their father's last name. If that is her name. If I can't remember. But yeah, she asked Midori if he could kill her grandson, Shigaraki. Dude's next chapter starts off.
Oh, Nana Shimura.
Yeah, her name is Shimura, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Nana. It's Trey Songz.
So you go back to what we were saying. When Trey Songz had that video leak, she was right up in there. She was the girl in the video. I heard Trey Songz spitting in bitches' mouths and shit. But anyway. Yeah, so it continues from that. Midoriya's still in that world where he's talking to past users of One for All. And noticeably still, you got those two niggas that's past users that's facing, they up against the wall and they got their back
like
turned.
they in timeout.
Mm-hmm. And then, shit, what happened? Oh, Midoriya started, they were saying how they could feel what he was feeling when he saw Shigaraki, but it was like, you know, do you have the resolve to kill him or whatever like that? And then fucking somehow Midoriya, he was like, you know, what I saw, even all the things, atrocities he committed and all this, that, and third, I still heard the voice of like somebody who wanted to be, who was crying, like who wanted or needed to be saved. And then while he's saying that, he turns into a crying kid himself. I'm like, what the fuck is going through? See, this is my issue with this crybaby ass nigga. He reverted to his old ways. And then what happened after that? I feel like I'm skipping shit.
I mean, pretty much like they just telling him like, yo, fuck Shigaraki, you gotta kill him. And it seemed like All For One is using him to try to break the control you have over One For All and all that shit.
Yeah, because they were telling him like, All For One probably already took control of him and some shit like.
Yeah.
More than likely, like he probably already got control over this nigga body.
Yeah, they try to drill to this nigga head like, yo, sometimes there's people who can't be saved. You gotta like deal with that.
But young Midoriya showed his resolve. He stuck to his
not
gun.
really.
But then he say, I saw somebody who wanted to be saved, and then he turned into a kid somehow, crying. And then I guess that's what they really wanted to hear, or that's what they
test.
Yeah, it might not have been so much as that's what they wanted to hear, but they wanted to know if whatever decision he made that he was gonna stick to it.
Yo, that fucking energy figure, ain't that All Might? Like his essence or some shit?
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I gotta look at that again. Yeah, come on.
That kind of look like his regular state.
Cause the first nigga is there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, who is this nigga? Looking like the fucking beginner of all, creator of all things and shit. This nigga like some heavenly aura, just sitting there. Maybe that is, cause remember in the last chapter they were saying they was wrong about how the power worked, and they was the only one who truly left his essence in the power was All Might. So maybe that is All Might. So what else happened?
When he was like, yeah, he wants to try to, like he said, if there's no other way, like when it comes down to it, he'll do it, but he wants to save that. He wants to save Shigaraki if he can. And then the first user was like, all right, good, that's why we got your back, and we're glad that the power got passed down to you.
To you, yep. And then tomorrow was like, she apologized. She was like, I didn't feel wrong kind of try to test you like this, but I guess that was like the only way they could kind of test him and his resolve or whatever. And then what happened after that?
Then it showed them two niggas in the corner, and the first would tell them that they have to cooperate with him so he can unleash his full power. Nigga on the right leg, Bakugo from behind.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is like Bakugo relative.
Yeah, like fucking grandfather or some shit. I seen like a post like the other day. Someone was like, "Yo, what happened to that Inasu dude? The dude that Todoroki fought during his during the provisional license exam? The Earth nigga? No, the Wind nigga."
During the provision. Oh, the nigga who was a Endeavor fan?
Yeah, but he hated him because he ignored him.
he did what supposedly Scottie Pippen did to Future, and that's why Future fucked his wife. Said he ain't signed an autograph from him when he was younger. Niggas be making up anything on the internet.
Yeah, that's a real petty shit.
Like, you wilding me when I was younger.
So I'm gonna go fuck your wife when I get older.
Fuck your wife. Yeah. Can't let this opportunity pass me up.
Nah, at first it started off like some child action, like, yo, next time I see him, I'm telling Michael Jordan's better than him. But as he got older, he was like, nah, I'm gonna
fucking his wife, boy. Fucking whole marriage up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what did happen to him, nigga? Did he pop back up later?
No, that was the last time you seen him. And people saying like, yo, his power that came in handy, like saving people during that last battle. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
What happened during that last battle? Something happened with
No, this shit was Shigaraki.
Oh, you saying it would have came in handy?
Yeah, during that last show.
Wow, I feel like I saw him. Or was he in the movie? No, he wasn't in the movie. I thought he had popped it back up. Yeah, because they should have been in. Well, he was from another school, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't like he wasn't in Class B or nothing like that. Yeah, he was in another school. That's right.
I guess maybe we'll see him like these upcoming arcs or some shit.
Yeah, cause I'm like, that'd be a waste of a character just to have him there.
Just be like Todoroki's character development.
But, yeah, like your father did me dirty, and so I hate you too.
Yeah, they did the bond though, they're disliking him. Anyway, let's transition to Black Clover.
How does chapter started?
It was like a flashback. It was like a recap what happened with Noct and the Michael Jackson demons before Noel and them arrived.
Oh yeah, it was like a few minutes earlier type shit.
Yeah. So they just like, yo, we're gonna like, torment and like torture and like break him and kill him. And then Dante just like laughing. He's just like, yeah, this is exactly what I want.
Yeah, this is the world that I wanted, that I wished for, some shit like that. And then they said something to each other like they wanted to toy with him too, but they said something, man, they wanted to mess with him too, but that's Lucifero's toy, so that could get tricky or some shit. So I guess they're gonna leave
him alone.
Dante alone, yeah.
But then Jack calls out to Dante, so Dante about to finish that nigga off.
To Jack?
Yeah. Huh?
You about to finish Jack off?
Yeah.
Pause. That's not.
In the context of battle. Yeah, Noct is just like, yo, Jack's gonna have a rough time, but he'll just have to put some faith in him. Then when the Noct demons popped up on his shoulder, I asked him, did you complete the mission? And I'm assuming to say yeah, because he goes, all right, and he transformed into some 1340s
Dr. Giovanni
back
looking
alley witch doctor.
Yeah, he look like got the Dr. Giovanni mask on.
Word. And then what he do? He like use some shadow shit to bring them to like a different area of the castle.
Yeah, he used his monozone, some dark
Yeah,
shit.
he used his monozone. The same shit he did to Asta.
Yeah, because first he used some shadows to like transport them, right? Yeah, like some dimensional dark shit opened up.
And he did that for Jack benefit too, so just make sure them two ain't try to attack him.
Yeah,
Jack
already got
have his hands full with Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they like just like battling each other, and like they do some fucking like spike attack shit, and they're doing it trying to catch. They can't see, but I guess they can feel him. I guess because they're like high level demons. And like Noctis was like trying everything, and like that shit did not faze him at all.
Yeah, because he even commented like I thought like I can't do nothing to him. So he was like, the only thing I could do is try to run around until he dies.
Or like stall for time.
Yeah, stall for time. So he said like just fucking run around until hopefully everybody else gets to, I guess, the fucking triad before they able to fucking merge the two worlds or some shit like that. Which I respect his resolve, I guess. He willing to die.
Yeah, and then they asked him you're fast, but why don't you just run away? He's just like, cause he can't forgive them, and the evil is so unjust. That's why he's alive. And then he has a flashback.
Yeah, and it goes the noble family of Force, House of Force.
Oh no! Real quick before we get into the next part, this is the part where after he gets his backstory, he can pull out some super duper strong move and almost beat them.
Almost? You think he gonna almost beat him?
Yeah, almost. Like, I mean, regardless of what happened at the end of this chapter, but I think after that he gonna have like some more power boosts because he had every time a main character has a flashback, you know what comes next.
Mm-hmm. Some secret techniques or something.
Yeah. But yeah, back to his flashback.
He gonna be like Joey Wheeler when he almost beat Merrick somehow.
Yeah.
If not for falling asleep before he played the final card.
Or the Nyquil kicked him.
And I was like, no, why was he still standing? Niggas they was gonna be mad if he beat. I feel like even the Pharaoh and Kaiba was mad.
No.
That you.
Kaiba would have pushed that nigga off the blimp, yo.
On some Among Us shit, just ejected that nigga off the ship.
You think you can have an Egyptian god card on my ship?
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause Joey would have won the card if he would have beat him.
Yeah.
He'd have stomped Kaiba. That nigga pulled out the wings dragging around niggas.
Nah, but don't that like fuck up anybody who uses it except for people with ties to ancient Egypt?
I don't remember.
Joey would have found out he not from Brooklyn, he black.
Yeah, Joey would have found like he from Italy.
Yeah, he a light skinned half Italian, half black person.
Nigga look like
That nigga Joey talk like big time Tommy. Like, take it easy.
Yeah. Joey look like what's the Devin Booker in the same color. Some super duper light black nigga. But yeah,
he like LaMelo Ball.
with the little blonde dyed tips in his head. But yeah, Black Clover. They showed us the House of Force, a noble family and of high standing.
They had twin sons who looked nothing alike.
And one is not.
And well, before we get into that, they
well, you assume one is not.
Yeah.
And the other one is his twin brother.
Yeah. So like the younger brother's like a good person, beloved by Benny. He's like the essence of like good.
And he joined the Magic Knights.
As a matter of course, you think it's the right thing. And then the older twin was like a delinquent. most people ain't really like him and use magic as he freed. As he
The older twin, I thought I was like, is this Henry's family?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Or it might be, because
he is a noble. Remember, he was from a noble family.
Yeah, but he said he don't remember.
Because they cast him out because of his power or whatever.
Or no, but then this would make sense because then this person would be like draining everybody's magic away. Unless something.
Well, I'm just saying, unless he just looked like him. I'm saying like.
Just in that first panel, he looked exactly like Henry.
If he have like that, they brother too or some shit like.
Yo, out of all the Black Bulls, like Henry got the only regular sounding name.
I mean, Yami is normal, I guess, because it's Japanese.
Yeah. But yeah, it goes to not quote unquote asking his older brother to join because with his magic he he could help a lot of people, and the older brother is just like referred to him as Morgan
Freeman.
No, actually, Yami refers to him as Morgan. Yo, Morgan, mission time. Looking at
yeah, he pops up.
Yeah, who we thought was Noct, his name is actually Morgan.
And then the other brother was like, what did he say to Yami?
He said, he's another weirdo. It's crazy. I gotta let him join the Knights.
Yeah, then he was like, Yami still in that rebellious stage. he was like,
you're not much different.
Yeah, like you weird too. Like, you're a weirdo. And then what they say to each other on the last page.
Yeah, well, Yami said to him that you don't go too crazy to the point where we have to bring you in.
Yeah, well, we gotta break Noct. Yeah. So Noct was the rebellious brother,
and Morgan is the Noct that who we thought was Noct, but not really Noct. So pretty much, this nigga
Morgan might be dead.
Yeah, the nigga pulled the Obito. He going around assuming another his brother's name.
Oh damn, you didn't watch Gravity Falls. I'm like, not pulling the Groku stand. But yeah, I'm assuming.
And I think that's why Nozel, when they was having the meeting before they did all this, he was like, "Yo, aren't you?" And then he got cut off.
Yeah. And then he was like, "Well, isn't your magic power?"
Yeah.
And got cut off again or some shit like that. Like, maybe he was thinking about the brother. You think?
Probably. So that's why in the beginning he was like, the main nose Noct is like dead. Alright, what else? I want to talk about Dr. Star right now, cause I need to see how this shit ends up. So I'll talk about this shit next week. No, the week after.
Alright, Fire Force?
Yeah, you can cover that one. I didn't read it. No, I did read it.
You did read it. I'm about to say, nigga, we was talking about the video game shit.
Right. Yeah, so you can have this discussion, my nigga.
Alright, so the previous chapter ended with Arthur telling Vulcan they gotta go back to the 8th so he could complete his trial to beat the dragon nigga that's part of the villagers and the white clad, excuse me. So this chapter continues with them going back to the 8th. They go up, they walk into the building, they go up in the off the room or whatever, and they open the door. Vulcan was like, he was like, this shit is much tidier than I thought. And he was talking about how Shinra always cleaning shit up and stuff like that. And then Arthur had this weird illustration like on his door or something like that, was like for ordering me to defeat the devil or some shit like that. And then Vulcan smiles like, oh, you mean Asta or some shit like that. So he was like, well, what you looking for? He's rummaging through some shit. This nigga pulls out a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
What this shit called? What this shit was called?
It was like Nintendo. It was something like they
a Nintendo Special Famicom. Nigga was playing Dragon Question.
Dragon Question.
Not to be confused with Dragon Quest.
Yeah, or to be confused, depending on how you look at it. So Vulcan was like, what the fuck? Then it dawned on him like, oh, this nigga off the. This is how he plans on powering up. So it often tells him like
overcoming his trauma of not being able to beat the dragon.
Beat the dragon in the game. Yeah, this is going to allow him to beat the dragon nigga in real life. That's part of the white class or whatever. He was like, I need your help. So he had lost because he was like it's like a pseudo dragon or some shit. He was like, it wasn't even like the dragon. It wasn't in the game. So Vulcan was like, well, how about you do something where you buff up this, that, and buff up that, or whatever. And then at the same time, when he said that, he was like, you mean like a buff? Then it went back to the nigga from, is it the fourth, right?
Yeah, the fourth, yeah.
The nigga that blows the whistle who could apply buffs. And
yeah, aka Too Short Song.
Speaking of go on, blow the whistle.
He kind of look like Future Gohan, so.
So they shows him buffing, giving himself a buff to fight
the fake captain of the force.
Dr. Hog or whatever his name is.
Hagi.
Fuck it.
Hagu.
I think it's Hog. I think he's pronouncing Hog. So yeah, well, his doppelganger. Yeah, so.
Doppelganger tried to like chop him with like 2 axes, but because of his buff, he like shook it off.
Now he did get hit though, right? But he was bleeding.
He got hit, but it didn't go through like how it could have.
Not like how it probably would have had he not applied that buff. And then Son just punched that nigga in his chest and like knocked his whole shit through. He was like, yeah, you not the real, you're a disgrace to the real Hall.
He did the black flash that Yuji did against the plant demon.
Yeah. And then what happened after that?
After that,
Did they show? They didn't show Rekka again, right? No, they already.
No,
did
they
they
beat him already?
They beat him already, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So then at the end of the chapter, they go, "Let's go. We can finally move on." So I guess it says it didn't show who was defeated, but it showed like Arthur's character like beating a dragon in the game. So I'm pretty sure they're making their way through it.
Yeah, cause I think remember he said something about a pseudo dragon, like the shit he was losing to wasn't even the main boss, and it was already that strong.
Yeah, so what they gotta do, they gotta call Togashi and get some tips.
That mean Arthur will never leave. He gonna stay in the room playing that shit.
Let know what you gotta do. You gotta restart the game. Play as the weakest class.
You gotta have more time built up playing this shit.
and beat every enemy at the lowest level. It's gonna be some Final Fantasy VIII shit because in Final Fantasy VIII, the more you level up, the tougher the enemies get. So you're encouraged to like be at a lower level going through the game. That's how Dragon Question gonna be.
That's a unique concept. So they want you to be a weaker character?
Well, it was like an artificial difficulty thing that people didn't really know about until like later on. Because you think, all right, I'm getting stronger, the enemy's getting stronger, like nothing's wrong. But people.
But yeah, it's like okay, I leveled up to 18, but they on 18, so we still pretty much the same as me being on 1 and them being.
Exactly.
But that shit was
like,
it wasn't scale 1 to 1. It was just making them stronger to another degree.
Yeah, so you encourage to like just not level up as much.
Nigga, the level 5 beating the whole game.
That should be hilarious. Alright,
that should make me want to play that shit, cause
I think it's on Game Pass.
Look that up.
You get that. You can probably get that Xbox Game Pass deal $1 for 3 months.
Do it again, or do you use another? Because I think one of my emails already. I can't remember which one is connected though that I had used for that.
Yeah, they have it on Game Pass. Well, you could probably it's $20. You could probably find it for cheap on like a key site or some shit.
Yeah, I might do that.
You gonna have that shit for like $2.
I need to buy Final Fantasy. What's my call it? 15 on this shit.
Yeah, it's $13 on PC on the CD keys.
So no, that shit probably look lovely on the PC.
No, it doesn't. Remember, it's a remastered version of a PlayStation 1 game.
Oh no, I'm talking about Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, well, that game looks great.
Probably look godly. What else? Just talk about Yuji.
Let's get into Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Alright, so it's back to Choso fighting. What's his name again?
The Zenin nigga. I don't know. I just call him the Zenin nigga, the youngest son, who was supposed to be the heir, with the caveat of Megumi Fushiguro not having Gojo around. And
Naoya, that's his name.
So you got Choso, just in case you ain't know so, and then nigga from Cash Money, like, hey, you know your clap. Nigga, they know your clap.
That nigga know you look a Tokyo Ghoul character.
He do kinda do. That nigga be grinning. He be looking like Gin from
Oh yeah, Bleach.
Bleach. Yeah. When they gave him that like sadistic face. There was like a certain point. I don't know if it was this chapter or last chapter. Like Choso, they had swung at him, and he was dodging his shit, and it just seemed like they gave him like the ghoulish, like devilish grin where it like shaded his face out, and the eyes looked bright up. It's just like it looked like real scary, like a Halloween mask or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started just continuing him and Choso. Well, Choso said at the end of the last chapter, the oldest of 10 siblings or whatever.
Yeah, then it starts continuing right from that statement.
Mm-hmm.
And then Noya just pretty much like, yo, I don't care about that. I'm asking about your curse technique. And then, but he got behind the nigga, tried to hit him, but Choso like adjusted to his speed. And Noya peeped that he's using his blood manipulation to like increase like his physical abilities.
Let's get physical.
This nigga Naya countered that nigga anyway.
Yeah, because it was last chapter where he told him his technique was kind of incomplete because he was only like stage of the.
He need conversion, but he can't do that without having to like power up.
Or some shit like that. But then in this chapter, he said he was doing something too, but at the loss of something else, right? One more what he was saying. He said something.
Like he cut him with a sword, so he can't do the blood manipulation without covering his wound.
Yeah. So yeah, he was kind of like stuck in a sense or whatever like that.
Yeah. And then they started getting into like, his philosophical debate about brotherhood, and like Noya feels like he don't care about his brothers, and shows like that's so sad because they're supposed to be an example for you.
Because Noya said that his brothers is weaker than him. He's like, what's the point of having older brothers that's weaker than you? Because he asked him like, would you kill your brothers, right, or some shit like that? He was like, yeah, they're useless. He was like, what's the point of having older brothers if they're gonna be weaker? And then he was like, well, would you be who you are if they weren't weaker than you? And like maybe you growing up behind them, you learn from their mistakes, or the things they did right, you learn from that too.
Mm-hmm.
or some shit like that.
Yeah,
So,
it shows the pretty much like, yeah, you are the way you are because of them and all that shit.
And then what happened after that?
Talking, and then fucking Choso was just like, pretty much saying how like he's tough because he wants to walk in front of his like little brothers, and that's why he's strong. And then he did some blood technique, like he let the blood like flow from his wound, and he's using that.
Yeah, that shit started catching up to Noya, right? And that shit started chasing after him.
Yeah, and then it goes to like a little explanation about how like death paintings have mixed blood from curses and humans, and that they have a special constitution capable of converting curse energy into blood. And as long as they have curse energy, they won't die of blood loss. Because now it was like, how can he bleed that much and still be alive? That explanation pretty much answered that question.
And remember what I was saying about the theory, and I was talking about how they were saying like Choso and his other two brothers, they markings like somewhere on their body, like the one who didn't want back, and then the other one, and then in Choso, somewhere on their body it appears like almost like a drawing of a face or some shit like that. And what's the name of the chapter?
The name of the chapter is called A Big Brother's Back.
Yeah, because it was like the back, and then it was like the front of the back and shit like that. And they were saying like, remember the nigga on his back was a face, and then they were saying like on another part of brother's body part, it was like the face of something else, like a drawing of a face too. And then Choso, I forgot what they said. I think on his face itself, and they were saying like similar to how like Itadori look when he get Sukuna or some shit like that. So that shit made me think about the brother's back and shit like that. Yeah, because it's like they describing like almost like the part of where you can see like the face of one of the brothers and shit like that. So I'm like, I wonder if that's tying into it somehow.
And then like Itadori might be like somehow related to them in some kind of way, because how he said there's 10 of them.
Well, and now because he sees him as as his brother.
Well, I think like one of the cover pages or some shit like that, it was like a drawing of like Choso, Itadori, and the two brothers that Yuji killed. And then on the table, there was like 6 more like the fetuses, like the jars. So
and that's what they're going to that theory out. I said I was reading like that.
Yeah, Akutami might be trying to do like some older level like storytelling through his cover pages too.
Or or I didn't even peep that. But
now all this information coming out is like it seems coincidental.
Because people starting to think that Itadori is just related to Sukuna
somehow.
Because when he turns to Sukuna, or when we see Sukuna in his lair, you thinking it's because he look like Itadori because that's his vessel or whatever. But that might really just how Sukuna look.
Yeah, I think so.
He look just that. Itadori look just like. So. Yeah, so after they going through their little brotherly speeches and shit like that.
Yeah, Choso started attacking him with like his blood bending. Shout out to Korra. Shout out to Katara.
Katara, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that's what blood manipulation is, blood bending.
Yeah, you're right.
But more advanced. What you call it? The Naoya is just pretty much like, like he must be doing massive amounts of blood, and then like the attack's moving slow, so he must be dying from blows after all. But then all of a sudden, Choso like pops up on the side and like shoots one of those blood arrows that Kamo did against Megumi during the school competition.
Yeah, the Kyoto versus Tokyo school shit.
Yeah. And then now he's like, I can't let it touch me. But then he realized that he's moving like mad slow, and then he peeped that Choso's manipulating the blood that's on like his clothes.
Yeah, I guess he made it like hard or heavy or shit like that, so where it's slowing down noise movements.
And then Choso had him like caught, and he goes, "Yo, it's a checkmate. You know what comes next." And then he's like, "Are you sure?" And then no, it's like he said, like his curse technique traces movements at 24 frames per second, so it's not a problem for him to move despite being like stuck like this. And then it cuts to like them like staring down at each other. And now Oya like rushing him. And the explanation's like, yeah, this move is a Choso original, born of him holding his own curse technique for 150 years. And now it's like, how come he's not releasing the attack? And then he just says like, oh man, no, Choso is related to Frieza. Frieza's one of the brothers too. He used to move Supernova. That's the move that they did for like the move he did to destroy Planet Vegeta.
Yeah. Ain't that a cooler move?
Yeah, it is. But both of them moves.
No, the Frieza shit is called the what's the Frieza shit?
Oh yeah, no, Death Ball.
The Death Ball shit.
No, but Frieza did Frieza
did
did Supernova too when he was in the chair. He just gave it a name and Cooler did it.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's the same attack.
Choso is King Cold.
Choso, Chili.
And then fucking Choso sounded like a guidance counselor. He goes, "Sorry, but you didn't love your brothers." And then like some bloodshed and splattered and just like got him and pierced him. It looks like. He goes, I can understand that. But then all of a sudden, Yuta comes from behind Choso and he's like dragging Yuji like a trash bag. And then Choso turns around and he's like, what? He like smacked that nigga inside the face. He goes, looks like you're hurt. And he got like cursed energy around his hand. So it looks like he's about to heal Naoya. And that's how the chapter ends.
It'd be funny if he act like he about to heal that nigga.
Or he do that nigga how Vegeta did Nappa.
Grab that nigga hand.
Yeah, and just toss him in the
Toss
sky.
that nigga and blow him up.
Or
To this day, and nobody really mentioned how Vegeta used a key blast from his penis, from his pelvis area. Cause remember he used his body and he like arched his back and then the blast just came out. That nigga didn't use his hands at all. But yeah, that's how the chapter is.
Alright. Now you get to One Piece. The piece de resistance of this manga shit.
Oh, I almost forgot about One Piece.
Nah, you can't forget, man. Alright.
I say take it away, one nigga.
Hold on. Alright, I'm back.
Nigga, your door was sounding like the Gohan whistle, nigga. Bloody whistle.
Bloody whistle like you showed me. Yo, that was a wild. Yo, that's a wild ass sentence, yo. Yo, for y'all who don't know what we talking about, there's a version of the Dragon Balls they call the Speedy Dub.
What language is that? French niggas or some shit?
Oh, they were talking in English. I guess it's like some form of English dub. And in one of the scenes during the Lord Slug movie, at the scene where Piccolo rips his ears off to Gohan to like whistle like he did in the regular version. But this dub was like, Piccolo's like, Gohan, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle like you showing me. It sounds mad weird.
I'm trying to figure out how him ripping his. Because if you rip your ears off, you still got your eardrums and shit.
Yeah.
So you still can hear.
Piccolo got Mr. Potato Head ears.
Just detachable.
But anyway, back to One Piece. Shit. So pretty much like mad niggas is like down and injured. And they're like, so that's the power of the legendary Yakuza. And they're talking about Hyogoro.
And that was last chapter.
No, that was this chapter.
Because remember, last chapter he was about to get killed at the end.
Yeah, but this chapter, no, in the very beginning, they were talking about like, the damage he did.
Oh, okay.
What's that nigga name? The one who betrayed him? The one with he bang on his like chest and he like do like the boom shit.
Talking about Apu?
Yeah, Apu. Yeah. Nigga from The Simpsons.
You check her out. He mean check out your items and your that you about to buy.
Yeah, I forgot Apu's name for like a good minute.
I was like Charon from Fire Force, nigga. I was like, who you talking about?
Yeah, everyone's pretty much like sucking off your girl because Apu was like he resisted the ice only effect and used his power. And then Drake is like, you see why people feared Wano so much. And then remember I called it, my nigga? Remember I called it? Right before they cut his head off, Chopper's gonna show up.
Oh no, yeah, well, mad people were saying that, like this, you know,
Yeah.
they was going through the shonen shit.
Mm-hmm. But then, but right before that, like Queen's subordinates is like, yo, why are you gonna let us die too? Like, and then Queen is just going off with them like, yo, y'all ain't shit, y'all nobody. Like y'all, like he said, like to the pleasure, like y'all gamble, y'all chance away, ain't got nothing. Then the waiters, no more smile fruit, so y'all useless.
Yeah, so he was like, I pretty much made this
This
virus for y'all or whatever. He was like, it was my Magnus Opus. What was it, Magnus Opus or some shit like that? He said, like, this was really created for y'all because ain't no other. This is the best way for y'all to serve the beast pirates or whatever like that.
Be mine with ice monsters.
Yeah, because like he said, ain't no more use for y'all niggas anyway. Ain't no more artificial devil fruits.
Shout out to Lord.
Yeah, right. And then he was like the
and then like that's what I like about this arc too. Like this arc has had like consequences that stem back from like mad arcs ago. But
they also keep bringing up how, because what Queen says about Chapo, and he was like, y'all trust this nigga? Like he probably made the antibodies from himself. He probably already took it. Just gonna run away or whatever. He was like, remember, he's a pirate too, and that's one thing they keep trying to bring up, like that all pirate alliances,
like ain't shit, don't last.
Oh, they fail, yeah, they don't last. Mm-hmm. But like Luffy and his crew is shown like, nah, they stick to their word type shit. So I feel like that's a key theme in this arc too.
Yeah. So then back to fucking Hyogoro about to get his head cut off. Like Chopper blocks the sword. He's like he looked mad happy. He's like, I made it just in time. Everybody's calling him like Mr. Dog Raccoon, which is fucking hilarious.
Yo, they call that nigga in Japanese Tanuki.
Yeah. And then like Chopper's like, yeah, I know it's good. Like it'll be stupid to try and like get everybody individually. So he made like these fucking cannonballs that like spread the cure through like the smoke and shit.
Yeah, like through the air, so they could simultaneously all like inhale it and be cured.
But what he called it is like not an like a cure. Like he called it his own virus.
His own virus, right? Yeah, like I made a counter virus to Queen.
Oh, you see my nigga.
Yeah, I thought about it too, nigga. The corona.
No, not even that. The Pit My Ride influence continues. We heard you like viruses, so I got a virus for your virus.
For your virus.
Yeah, like Chopper's like, with the mist, he can like heal anybody he wants. And then this is probably when Queen started sucking him off. He's like, what kind of a doctor from crew out of nowhere? Like, where'd you get this expertise from?
Yeah, like, he was. Ain't no way in the world that you develop these skills or some shit like that. Chopper was like, I think he's basically talking about when they all got separated or whatever like that.
Yeah, he did. We split up and went all over the world to train for this. But then Queen is like, why would you bother to cure his guys? And Chopper don't believe in letting anyone die from like medicinal
The
shit.
meta, yeah, he was saying like medicine should be like weaponized pretty much, shit like that. It goes against his ethics as a doctor.
It is fucking funny because like everyone keeps calling him a raccoon dog, and then Queen's about to attack him. Then he gets up and like, "I'm not a raccoon dog," and then everybody just like covering their mouth like, "Oh, sorry." You people just at the bottom of the page, right?
But no, first because Marco held them up again.
Yeah.
And he was like, thanks, Marco, but let's get like one thing straight. I'm not a Tanuki, and he snuffed the shit out of Queen.
Yeah, everybody got the shock mouth. He was like,
he took his one of his rumble balls first, right? And transformed and then punched. He snuffed the shit out of Queen.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, my bad. So my question is this: if Chopper is a doctor and he opens up a practice, being that he's an animal, do you technically gotta go to the veterinarian office?
Now he gonna have like some like Celine on bar on top popular shit we call like Chopper and Sons. Yeah, ironically, that shit gonna be called like the Tanuki bar.
The Tanuki. It's gonna be an image of a Tanuki drinking a health potion.
No, the logo gonna have some Pokemon shit. You use potion, it was super effective. But yeah, then it comes to Yamato and Shinobu. And Yamato's like, I hope I'm not hurting you. But then he goes, I am hurting. And he starts, and this is what I don't understand, like, he probably all this shit about being ready and want to be Shogun and all that. He's still fucking crying. This nigga's Midoriya, but worse.
But I was watching somebody's video. They were saying that it kind of shows his strength or his development or whatever as his character. Because even though while he's pressed against Yamato's bosom, he's actually still thinking about.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm like, he don't really care. He's right down there right now. So I'm surprised.
Yeah, like he's showing more. He's more concerned about his feelings of him letting his people down or whatever like that.
Yeah, he's just like, like everyone thinks too high of him. He's stupid. He's frivolous. He's weak and foolish, and he hates himself. And when Shinobu called him brave, he like popped out of Yamato's shirt and transformed into a dragon. Well, a koi fish.
Yeah. Wait, who was it? Yamato was like an ill. She called that nigga an ill.
Ill, yeah.
Dragon.
And then ironically, when he's a dragon, quote unquote, in that moment, it comes back to CP0 having a conversation.
Yeah, the nigga, I guess who assuming the role as the leader for them, right? Was like, I was just thinking.
Speaking to Kaido.
Yeah, he was like, I was just thinking, like, one of the times that Kaido got captured by the Marines or whatever like that, Dr. Vegapunk, like, used Kaido's lineage factor to create an artificial devil fruit based off Kaido's devil fruit or whatever like that. And he was like, but then it was like a big explosion on the island or whatever.
Yeah, they bring back what they did on Punk Hazard.
Yeah, so he was like, he saw the shit got destroyed. He was like, I'm just thinking how fortunate we are that that devil, that artificial devil fruit based off Kaido's devil fruit, didn't get to see the light of day, basically. So what he really saying that
Momonosuke ate the failed copy of Kaido's devil fruit.
Yeah, whatever. Well, we don't know if it's failed. Well,
they say it's failed, but
because he was more so saying like, okay, like we lucky that this shit didn't get to be used by nobody or whatever. Little does he know that Momonosuke is baby Kaido. So that's some foreshadowing. Maybe Momonosuke is gonna use his power to keep the city afloat so it don't crash on Wano or some shit like that.
You might be right. You might be right.
That's what I was thinking when I read that. Do something and activate one of Kaido's powers as a dragon to help save the fucking the country or whatever.
And then it comes back to Kinemon and them, and they like, yo, who tended to us? And they just like, yo, they don't know, and they thought it was like a dream because it can't possibly be true.
Who they saw heal them or whatever like that.
And then Kinemon, like Luffy's group is fighting Kaido right now. Like they have to go up there.
Yeah, like we still got some fight left in us. Yeah,
and then a familiar silhouette appears before them. It's like, look at you, y'all gone through hell.
Nigga bust open through the door like Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah. And he goes, yo, I missed you. You're so much older now. And he started laughing. And they're like, yo, and it's Odin. And it's like, didn't he get boiled down into the noodle pot that Kaido put him in?
He became Odin himself.
Word.
So then it shows like some of the samurai came on at the end. It was like Odin Sama crying and shit. And then the chapter. And of course, it's a break this week coming up.
Yeah, of course, Oda would. Oh, you people said Odin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but of course Oda would be like, all right, I'm gonna show you Odin. Current day, there'd be a break.
Now I've seen a lot of people theorizing that it could be a couple of people. They were saying the witch chick that was able to transform, and that they showed early in Wano when they tricked people into thinking that the Odin's father gave Orochi power, but they was like, no, Bon Clay has Devil Fruit now. So niggas was like, oh, maybe it's Bon Clay, but why would it be Bon Clay?
Yeah, because Bon Clay was trapped and impaled down.
And then even though they
literally threw him under the jail.
But they escaped though, right? Didn't they escape with Luffy? Him, Buggy?
No, Bon Clay stayed behind to help him get out.
Oh.
Remember the doors weren't open and he stayed behind to open the doors for them.
Yeah, that's right.
Then fucking Magellan appeared behind the nigga. It was like, then the screen cut to black.
So I was like, yeah, why would it be Bon Clay? And now niggas is saying they think it's that fox that was protecting the weapons of the fallen samurai.
Oh yeah, because the fox took the form of like the sword stealing dude.
The thief dude, yeah. But it was like when he transformed though, he still has those red markings around his face that he has as the spirit fox or whatever. Like, but somebody was saying that like every time the fox appears, it's like these or the fox when he's like in his normal state, he has like the smoke around him. So they were saying like Odin when he opened, well, he also had smoke around his feet. But then they showed like when CP0 arrived, and a couple other scenes, they was like it's not just unique to the fox. It was like sometimes I guess Odin just draws it to effect. Like the wind would just be blowing, like it showed different panels of people having like that same kind of like cloud smoke around their feet and shit like that. So we just gonna have to see next week what the fuck is going on. Yeah. A lot of people saying they mad that if this is true that Odin survived somehow or got sent into the future or some shit like that, they think it's trash writing or whatever like that. But I always been of the belief that it's possible that Odin somehow could have survived, even though it seemed unlikely, especially with his fate, getting boiled alive and then getting shot in the head. And somebody was pointing out that like Odin got a scar on his neck or some shit like that. But then I seen other panels where Odin had scars there too. So like, well, it was really when he got into fights and shit, but it was like in the same spot. So I don't know.
Yeah, he got scars of his don't think those were there before.
Now, like I seen pictures from like the anime and then like other panels in the manga.
Oh, okay.
He was getting scars there too, but it was like after he got into a fight with somebody, and then he'll have like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he got
like
shot in the head too, right? Like you said. So there should be like a hole, like a scar on his head or something.
somebody was saying like, oh, it's a scar on his head, but they was like, nah, it was like a crease in his forehead line or some shit like that. They was like, ain't no scar from no gunshot. It
Oh,
wouldn't be
there's like
like
a little squiggle like above his eyebrow. That's it. Like, well, I
I
don't
think
know.
that's what they talk about. Yeah, no, I don't.
But it don't look like a scar though, 'cause it's uniform with like the shape of his eyebrow. So like, maybe make like a facial expression.
Yeah, that's what niggas was saying. Like it was just like part of his face, like it was just his face.
Yeah. Let's move on to other shit. I hate Odo for doing this shit. 'Cause he always does that. When shit really get like interesting, he goes on break.
I told you, nigga. Was him called a nephew, so got you.
Yeah, Takashi gonna be on hiatus so long he gonna forget how to draw. Period. Fucking Hunter. Well, Hunter is still is like 2 skill levels down from looking like the One Punch Man webcomic anyway.
I'm about to say, I'm like, already can't draw.
You can fold origami.
I'm just keeping in theme with the Wano theme.
I see.
You gotta do the science. Tagashi gonna forget where the fucking story he left off. He gonna start writing the Chimera arc again. I'm like, wait a minute.
But he gonna remix it and be like, fucking Netero gonna kill the king.
Hunter x Hunter alternative.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would have happened? And Netero actually defeated.
The fucking Beyond Netero was gonna pop up and they gonna like tag team Meruem.
Do the father son gold statue smack instead of the Kame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Netero probably got like some dark Buddha statue shit. Yes. What else? You watch anything?
Nah, I ain't watched no. You watch anything?
Yeah, I watched Dr. Stone, and I watched the new episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime today. That shit is that.
Niggas got reincarnated as a thug.
Nah, but this episode was good as hell, yo, because they finally got their revenge on like the people who like attacked their town and like killed all their people and shit. And at the end of Rimuru, he did like some shit with like he got like some water abilities. So he did like he put like all these water shits in the sky, then like the water drops in this whole camp of soldiers, and then his ability to Great Sage allows him to like, analyze shit. So he put an anti-magic barrier around the whole camp so they can't use magic to defend themselves. So essentially, he trapped them in the cage. He's about to like kill them all. So he initiates his attack, and like these water droppers like just like shooting beams into all these niggas' craniums and their hearts and shit. Like they just dropping like one by one. And then his Great Sage shit is like count all the people he died in like a span of like 30 seconds. He killed like 5,000 people. Then that's how the episode ended. And then my first thought when I seen the episode, I'm like, yeah, Madara could never kill this many niggas with that finesse.
I mean, said maybe with that finesse, but he sure damn could kill that many niggas.
Man, them niggas didn't even want to fight him. Remember the anime that one bitch is praying?
You niggas just shit.
Hell yeah.
They were drawing. They was putting the mean facial expressions on them characters on them Shinobis and they. Nigga was like, "Fuck it, Charles."
Yeah, any of them niggas who survived that shit, you know they retired after that.
Hell yeah.
Be like, nah, I'm done.
Niggas telling their grandkids, "Let me tell you about the time I was in the 4th grade Shinobi War." And my subsequent retirement as a Shinobi.
So yeah, that's all I watched.
Speaking of watching stuff, I was watching Forever World's video, one of his Forever News segments, and he was talking about I wish I would have paid attention a little bit more to what he was saying, but he was talking about the Eden Zero anime and how I think it's going to be on Netflix. Everybody was saying how good it looked and shit like that.
It's gonna be on Netflix.
Even though niggas was like, yo, why these niggas look like fairy tale characters?
Because people don't know it's made by the same person.
Yeah, word. So, but how Netflix is implementing it, I guess in Japan and something.
Oh, they doing like weekly?
Yeah, so he was saying that it was the same case with another anime. I forget which one he said, but he was saying, but because they're doing it a certain way that they won't. It wasn't just the English dub. I think he was just saying Eden Zero in general, that we won't be able to get it here in the West
until the Japanese version is finished.
Yeah, to like at least like another seems like at least another 6 months. You know.
Damn. Nothing the VPN can't fix.
Exactly my thoughts, my nigga. When he said that, because he was like, you know, I signed up for, you know, I got Crunchyroll.
But then you know people gonna put it on the free sites anyway, so I ain't even
yeah, of course. Because he was like, you know, I do all this stuff. He was like, I ain't knocking nobody that watch it, you know, on the other sites. But he's like, you know, I got all these apps and these these channels and shit like that, these websites. And he was like, I got memberships on all these Crunchyrolls and Funimation, this, that, third. Yeah, so he was like, you know, I try to make sure I was covered, like all my bases was covered, so I can watch, you know, anything I wanted to, but now I can't. I was like, well, you could. There's one way.
Yeah, well, you know, he's not gonna advocate piracy on the platform.
Yeah. Or no, not piracy, because he mentioned like watching them. He was like, I ain't knocking you, but he was like, you know, I try to do my shit the legitimate way or whatever. Like you said, ain't nothing the VPN can't solve. So I will be using my VPN to log into Netflix.
This podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. For all your VPN needs. Psych now.
Nah, I got what I got? That Surfshark shit.
I don't even got one. I'm a cop on probably.
Yeah, you know what I got mine? Fucking Flagrant 2. They had like an 80% off shit when you signed up for Surfshark using their code or whatever. So I paid for like 2 years. I forgot how much I paid. It was like $30 or some shit.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, remember guys, just don't if you're trying to play online with your friends, remember to turn your VPN off, because that was the issue I was when we was playing Breakpoint. And I was like, yo, this shit it would let y'all join on me, but I couldn't join on y'all.
Yeah.
This shit won't let me join in on my friends. And I was looking at all these forums and the official.
You like use it like Madagascar or some shit.
That shit thought I was in Antarctica somewhere. So I was like, nah, this shit is working. I'm doing this. They talking about checking your ports on your PC and make sure this port is. I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute, let me try turning this fucking VPN off. And as soon as I did that shit, I was able to join. Nigga.
Right, so yeah, our next topic. All right, so there's an official release date for the Demon Slayer movie in America. So the anime, the movie will be in theaters in the U.S. and Canada on April 23rd, including 4DX and IMAX. The film
What
was
you said April what?
April 23rd. And it said the film was screened in Japanese with English subtitles as well as the English dub. Man, fuck that English dub. And if you're an anime fan, you don't watch dub. You only watch dub for old shows. And then they said the film will then go on sale digitally on June 22nd.
I'm about to say, yeah, I heard something like talking about like raise some shit like that it was going.
Yeah, so they're saying Apple TV, Microsoft Store, Voodoo, Google Play, PlayStation Store, which shouldn't be accurate because PlayStation said they're not allowing people to like buy TV and movie shit anymore because no one was using the shit. Well, that's not what they said, but that's the real truth behind it. And then Amazon.
So is PlayStation is stopping that
Yeah, like at the end of this month actually.
that TV subscription shit that they had?
Yeah, no, not the subscription. That shit been going, but the you could purchase TV shows and movies to watch on there on your PlayStation. But no one was, but you didn't even know that, right?
Nah, I didn't know that, and I didn't know that they stopped
The cable shit, yeah.
that cable shit that they had, yeah.
Because again, nobody was using that shit. Because like I was going to cop that shit one day just for some cheap cable shit, but then the same week I was going to cop it, they put the article out saying they're going to like get rid of this shit. So I'm like, alright, fuck it.
So like, if you had it, it's just gonna start working.
Yeah. It's not like if you keep it, if you still got it, you got access.
Like, yeah, like you can still access it, like some grandfathered in type shit.
Nah, they said it's over on this date. You can't watch it after. And then so now I'm assuming because like season 2 of Demon Slayer is probably gonna come out like the fall or like the winter. And it's like
Yeah, because they're gonna have to put the movie out before.
But I hope that people who watch season 2 know they have to watch this movie first.
Yeah, instead of just thinking just like some standalone film.
Yeah, like this. All right, so yeah, for people who don't know, the Demon Slayer movie is the next arc in the series after season 1 of the anime.
How long is the movie?
Let me see. The movie is an hour and 59 minutes, so 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
Yeah, so probably like an hour 40 prior to the credits.
So that's like, well, like say like a episode of 20 minutes. That's like 8 or 9 good solid episodes in the movie.
No, it's enough for them to like get through the whole entire thing.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, it's gonna have to be a certain length for them to fit.
No, I mean, because they're already on the train at the end of the
the end of the first season,
so they don't gotta worry about that. They showed Homeboy on top of the train, so they can just start from there. As long as they I haven't seen people complain about it, so I'm pretty sure like concise and to the point, but still got the action that you need.
Yeah, ain't nobody complaining about that shit. That shit broke all the records in Japan.
Word. Like you speak down on Demon Slayer, like niggas gonna like swat your house.
Tie you up and stone your family.
For real. You gonna put a tundra jacket on you over your head and be like, rebuke your statement or we'll kill you.
Before I use the third form.
But then me, I'm gonna be a dickhead like, oh, you gonna use your imaginary water powers like in how the characters in the manga?
Everybody gonna be like, well, see how imaginary is when you find yourself in the afterlife.
Nigga gonna throw a scalding hot water on me. Like, yeah, is that heat imaginary, nigga? But anyway, let's go to the next shit. A Fortnite team got kicked from a $3 million tournament after a tweet from one of their members. So a player named Wrigley, that's his his gamer tag that he goes by.
Like the bug, like the chewing gum.
Yeah. Word. So his tweet said, well, the tweets are now deleted and he deactivated his account. But they found his tweet. His tweet has said like literally, fucking kill yourself. He added what's your name, the boss of Fortnite, Donald Mustard, which is a funny ass name to have. So then then when his teammates shared the email that Epic said that they like got kicked out because of what happened. And then it's fucked up because like the tweet came after they like lost the tournament. And like their team came in last place, but I think they got their money taken away too because of the what he said.
I'm about to say so they lost, but they had already got
yeah, they got some money out of it.
They about to beat that nigga up.
Mm-hmm.
Why they just couldn't take that nigga money away?
That's the thing. No, once you just like, oh, you gotta get rid of him and like find someone else.
Find somebody else, yeah.
Yeah, like I get like they should just kicked him out. Like it gave them the option to like discipline him or some shit. Just go to show when you like dealing with these companies, you gotta like be careful what you say. They're gonna fuck you over. But his teammates are trying to appeal because, like you said, like they wonder why Epic didn't allow them like to swap someone else in for that nigga. So I don't know. Best of luck to them niggas though. Next topic: the PC game scam of the past 10 years. Star Citizen. This is like the biggest scam in gaming history, yo. Star Citizen hits 350 million after a record-breaking 2020. Mind you, this game has been early access since like what? Let me see. Star Citizen dropped in 2015. It is now 2021. And the game's still in early access. The game's not officially out yet, but they continue to get like hundreds of millions of dollars every year. So this article says Star Citizen had the biggest year ever in 2020, helping to propel the ambitious space PC system to a new crowdfunding hike of more than $350 million. Star Citizen added $77 million in new crowdfunding revenue in 2020, making it the biggest year on record. In addition, Star Citizen they're developing a single-player story game called Squadron 42. Even though they're making a single-player game, even though the main shit ain't fucking finished. And like both games aren't early access. But I don't understand this shit, my nigga. I don't. Like. Why you keep giving money to a game this game is clearly never gonna be finished. They're just taking niggas' money. Everyone get applauding them for it.
I don't even know that shit. What is the game about?
Some fucking nerd ship battling PC shit. So that's all it is. For some reason, they are making these dudes rich without no results, yo. I'm about to find this crowdfunding. I'm gonna donate just so I can play this shit, just so I can shit on it. That's how petty I feel like being. Star Citizen.
So I got a story I just happened to stumble upon on Facebook.
What?
It's talking about male behavior towards female gamers. It says 2015 study found that lower skilled male players of Halo 3 were more hostile towards females with a female voice, but behave more submissively to players with a male voice. Higher skilled male players, on the other hand, behave more positively towards female players. The authors argued the male hostility towards the female gamers in terms of evolutionary psychology, writing, female-initiated disruption of a male hierarchy incites hostile behavior from poor performing males who stand to lose the most status.
Cause niggas is bitches out here. That's why. Like, how you get mad? Why you mad? Cause you trash, and then you quiet to a bunch of niggas, but then when a girl come in, you want to take your anger out on her. That's some cowardly shit. And then the fucked up part is the girl's probably better than them too.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking the whole time. They probably just mad because the chicks look better, play better than them.
Right. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Those the same people that be calling you the N-word and fucking Call of Duty and shit. Cause they mad because they keep getting they got killed 3 times in a row.
As soon as you say what's up to them.
Because the internet's a place where you can say anything you want without repercussions. In some cases. Alright. Anyway. Alright, well, just the last topic I got. Remember a few weeks ago I was talking about that modder who came up with a patch to fix Grand Theft Auto Online's loading time?
Yeah.
So Rockstar found out about it, and they applied his mod to like the actual patch that they putting out.
Are they paying this nigga?
Yeah, they paid him $10,000.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, hey, no one asked him to do it.
Yeah, that's true. And it's 10,000 more than a nigga had.
Exactly. But I'm reading the comments in the article. They're just like, how sad is it that someone who programs as a hobby points out a flaw in a game that came out 8 years ago, and they just now fixed it.
The word. Like they wasn't aware of this shit before.
Right. Shit. They should get this man a job, yo.
The word.
Well, shout out to him though, because he pointed it out, and at least they actually fixed it. Because they probably, also they probably didn't know, because no one probably like thought to like go into the game code and figure out why it loads so long.
Yeah, so shout out to them too for actually being proactive and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to talk about. So, apparently Denuvo, the anti-cheating software company, is like putting their stuff on like some console games, and like some people are mad. Well, people are mad about it, and rightfully so, because anyone who's played a game with Denuvo on it can tell you from first-hand experience that it cripples your game performance by at least like 20%. So like when it's enabled, like for example, like say you playing like Red Dead, right? And hypothetically Red Dead had Denuvo on it. Say you was getting like, a stable frame rate, not like 90 frames and all that shit. Your performance is steady. What Denuvo does is like every so often they like check to see if like you modified the game code to make sure you're not cheating. And during that check, it like decreases your performance. So like you'll have these moments where like you go from like 90, you drop to like 60, like 50, 60 and shit, like frames and shit like that. So it like cripples your performance. And so I've been seeing from some people, like that's not a good thing for like these new games, because the CPU might not be able to handle that being on like the console, because they're not gonna like have like the headroom, because you know like, everything on there is locked. You can't really change it, and it's gonna like fuck up the performance of the game. Wait, yo, hold on, my listen's calling. All right, I'm back again.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah, I was saying like like that de novo shit might be like a bad thing like later on down the line. But then it kind of like feeds that narrative that console people should be like people who game on PC are cheaters. But now it's like, yo, if y'all niggas not cheaters, how come y'all got this shit on y'all shit? You know what I mean?
Hold on real quick, my mom. Nothing.
Alright.
You talking about the nouveau shit? That shit had me thinking. If I'm doing the science correct, isn't the nouveau a contraceptive ring that girls wear? You heard me?
Yeah, it's like the Nuva ring or some shit.
The nouveau ring, right. Stop you from getting pregnant. Stop niggas from cheating on video games.
No, they stop the flow. They stop the flow of blood. They stop the flow. Your frame rate.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to bring up too. Fucking in the world of gaming, another scam. Fucking maybe we talking about this. I think last week, off mic, whatever. Talking about what's them niggas called? Roblox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they went public.
They went public to a tune of like 43 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Being assessed as they worth off the rip.
Yeah, I've been keeping the eye on their stock. They went public last week Wednesday, and now they started at 64 and they jumped to 70 that first day, but now it's sitting at 76. As I'm reading it right now, or Robin.
You about to buy some stock?
When I get my stimmy.
Yeah, I might buy a couple shares too. 40 something billion. How I don't remember. I think it was 40 something billion. Whatever billion. It is 1 billion. Nigga,
like,
what?
This company will never lose money because kids and adults are addicted to playing this
shit. I still haven't seen gameplay of this shit yet. You don't know what this shit is.
That shit look like Minecraft Legos. No, you think I'm joking? I'm dead serious. Like my niece, she's put hundreds of dollars into this fucking game, right? But last week she got her account banned. Like first, like the week before, her shit got suspended for 7 days, but then the week after, her shit got banned. So she's starting over now, and I'm like, damn, you lost all this shit that we have to pay fucking real money for, and you want to start over?
How'd she get banned? Like for what?
First time she was scamming people, like people she was like supposed to sell, give someone some shit when they traded her, but she took the shit that they gave her and then she left. But the second time, I don't know, it was like something. It said something about her username, and she said something about she spelled the word simp, but she spelled it differently. But I guess someone reported her
for the word simp.
Yeah, having simp in her username.
I ain't know simp was a slur.
Everything's a derogatory term now in 2020.
I mean, simp has negative connotation, but it just means you're like a punk, like a herb. It don't mean like.
But people who actually are simps, they can feel offended because you're telling the truth about them. Like, how dare you tell me the truth about myself?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Fucking robot. Yeah, I seen some game. I forgot. I think it was on IG or some shit. And there's like these like fucking like there's like different monsters. It looked kind of cartoony. Like one nigga was like Frankenstein, and they was on the subway, and they was like fighting. He got beat up. They punched the nigga. He fell into the garbage can, got out, and then they pushed them into the tracks right when the train was coming. I'm like, yo, that shit look fun. It's just these monster shit, these cartoonish monster shits throwing hands. I forgot the name of the game. I meant to look it up. I don't know why I want to say like Monster Brawl or some shit like that. That shit look.
Probably call some simple shit like that.
Dude, that shit look fun as hell. Though. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas we need to get up on it. Let me see if I can find the game.
Oh, and they're making a 4-player Ninja Turtle game.
A 4-player Ninja Turtle game?
Yeah, like one of those like a side-scrolling game, I think.
It's a multiplayer side scroll.
Yeah.
You seen what it look like? Trailers and like?
Yeah. Like you know, you seen that game like Streets of Rage 4? Like, you know, it's like a side by side game. Oh no, remember that old ass game Double Dragon?
Hell no. I probably know what it look like.
Alright, hold on. I'll send you the link to the trailer. Anything else you want to talk about, my nigga? Cause that's all I got.
Nah, I think that's it.
Alright, so on that note, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you guys for listening again, tuning in this week.
To another episode of NingenBros.
As always, stay safe, wash your hands, wear your mask.
And wash your ass too. That's important also.
Don't be harassing female video game players online.
Don't be sending unsolicited nudes of yourself to women, or vice versa, women to men. It rarely happens unless they think you're cute.
Some tell me that most niggas won't have a problem with it.
Oh, absolutely not.
But
So,
wrong is wrong.
Yeah, wrong is wrong. that is a crime.
I'm about to say like unless you ugly, but I'm like shit, niggas. The body right, niggas ain't gonna care about the pics or the face.
That's a fact. So, on that note, we out. Peace.
Peace.